Hello everybody, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name's Tina, and thanks for letting me spend some crafty time with you today. Okay, so I am diving into working with this creative zoo. It's a day at the zoo, a bundle that I put together from Photo Play, and this is part of the craft series. I'll have a new creative bundle coming up, but the idea is you snag the bundle, we craft along. Now I've already done a scrapbooking project with this bundle, and now I'm going to be doing a card set along with a box, but I kind of want to talk about cards first. I have a new sketchbook for 2025 that is going to be available on January 15th from the website. I'll put all the information in the description of the video, but a lot of people asked me, since I'm such an avid card maker, was I also going to be doing a card sketchbook this year as well? And my answer is no, because I am hoping to teach you how to make your own card sketchbook this year. And with our very first project here, we're going to go ahead and dive in. All right, I just saw somebody, we had a crop this past weekend, and I saw somebody working on this card workshop, which, by the way, I haven't made it yet either. It's okay to be behind. So many of us are, right? But this is my plan for why we do not need another card sketch. Close to my heart, put one of these out at least for almost every single month, let alone specials, extras that were designed, other inspirations that are everywhere, plus all the ones we have over the years, the card sketchbooks, everything. There's so many of them, but it's real easy to come up with your own card sketchbook. And one of the things this year that it does is it really reinforces remixing. And remixing is something I've been sharing for a long time now. It is a core essential part of my crafting and why I think I'm able to get so much crafting done, use up stuff, and kind of be creative. All right, so I took this and I printed these. These are all available in the Creating With You exclusively group. If you need more information on that, reach out to me. Look, this is what I found. I pulled this. You can see it's 3 hole punched. So I pulled that out of my binder. Now my binder, let me just grab. Okay, so this is a binder. I haven't even put a cover on it, but I do mark the side because that's the way it's kept. And inside of this are all my guides that I have printed. Now I have, I don't know, maybe 4 of these at this point, but I'll even pull ones aside and stick them in the front that I'm like, you know what? I really want to show this. I want to show how easy it is to put that together. I will put stuff in the pockets, but I just fill this with all the different ones that I've had. And there's a lot here, you can see. And I'll even mark some if I'm planning on using them. And this works for me for why I am able to get rid of all my catalogs. I don't have any catalogs. I have one of those for card making and I have one for scrapbooking. Excuse me. I have many. I keep one going at a time. I rip my pages out, 3 hole punch them, stick them in there, and then I do not keep. Now this might be in both because I would have more than one catalog, but this here, I might have to mark that now. It's so good, right? But that's where I keep my inspirations. All right, so now what I do is I get the measurements, and you can buy these books. This is just a spiral bound graph paper book. All right, such a cool gift. I have a friend who gives the absolute best gifts, and she knew that I did a lot of sketching. She got me this and I love it, but these are available office supply stores, Amazon. You can get them anywhere, and all you want to do is sketch out your card with a ruler, and you have the measurements right here. I always go look at the cut measurements and note them next to the card. I make mistakes all the time, see? And then I just make a little note as to what it is. Like this is the white piece, so I know what I'm decorating. But we're going to make a change. And you would just transfer this into here, if this is what you wanted to do. Now, you might like to use it like I do. I do not transfer them if I have this. If I have this, I don't need this. This is for when I don't have this. But if you're looking at, you just want the one and you don't want to keep 5 pages because you only like the one sketch, then that's what you do. And you're just going to measure it out. Just use, maybe each one's 1/4 of an inch, and you'll just go down and you'll draw your box. Shazam, shazam, shazam. And then draw your other pieces on top of it. And then over here, you just write a little A, B, C, D right on them. And then over here, you write A, 5.5 by 4 1/4. B, 5.5 by 2. C, 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. That's it. So you'll be able to get 2 sketches per page. If that doesn't make sense, let me know, and I will pop a video in showing how to do it all the way through. All right, so let's dive in and let's have some fun. I did some pre-work because this is a card video. Here we go. This is my sketch. So here's the measurements. And I did change these bottom 2. But if you want to go ahead and grab those. And so I did make some changes because you can. And that's the fun with remixing. You're going to make a lot of changes. All right, so I have 5 1/4 by 4. Wait, I have 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. By the way, these are just things I'm trying to use up. I have got so many things earmarked in my craft room right now. Is there anything left on these? Hold on. These were from a free clinic that I did. And I have an entire bag of them, and, you know, now they need to go. So I'm just trying to use them up. I should just cover the whole card, then I could use them up. There we go. So you're going to see me go through so many of these. Guys, I made 2 points. I don't normally do that. I'm really having a struggle with getting them to use. Okay, maybe I'll use those in my off time. That one might be done. There we go. All right, so I'm putting this down, and I want to show you the paper that I used. All right, here we go. I wanted those animals. So cute. All right, now this one here is the 5 1/2 by 2. You're going to notice I have an extra piece. See how it only calls for the 2 and it's that 1? Putting this little stripe behind it, and you could cut these down to like 1/8 of an inch or something, but I just don't have time for that in my life. So if you want to paper save, you can. But I often think sometimes paper saving, it can, I'm just going to put this down the middle. I'm going to eyeball it a little. I think paper saving techniques are great at times, but I also think that they're more time consuming. So you have to decide on what you need to fill your craft needs. All right, this is 1/4 of an inch. It's still 5 1/2, but it's by 1 3/4, 1.75. I wanted the extra layer of color in there for this. And then I'll have 1/8 of an inch at the top and the bottom. Also, it does give dimension when you layer your paper, which is nice. All right, for this one here, I cut it down. So this piece here is the 4 by 3 instead of 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. And then this piece here is 1/4 of an inch smaller than that. It's a piece of white scrap paper I had. And this one is 3 3/4 by 2 3/4. All right, and this is the one that we get to play with. All right, stencils. I'm going to be coming hard on stencils this year. I really, really like stencils, and I think that there's a lot of fun to be had with them. Let's grab some stencil brushes. Now, what I do is I'm going to be using my water-based inks. So these ones over here that are all colored, I keep those for my Distress Oxide inks, and I never wash them. But the ones that I use for all my water-based inks, like all of these that I have over here, this one here, I wash all of these, and after each use, I just take those to my sink. I use a little blue dish detergent on them, and I wash them up, unless I'm going to be doing a lot of projects. All right, I've grabbed acorn and black. You cannot use any, if you don't have acorn, you can use a toffee. It's really any light brown that you have. All right, some of that brown. And I want to rub a little bit of this off. I like when I'm stenciling to have a little scrap piece of paper nearby. I'm just going to do this time though. All right. Pick your pattern how you want it to be. And now we're going to take the time to make sure we get it how we want it. If you don't have any way to tape it, add a little bit of adhesive, put it to your mat, your craft surface that you're using, because you don't want it to move. Now, you want it to be a very thin adhesive. You want it to be something that's not going to pick up as you're rubbing. So a tiny bit nice and thin. And then we're going to put I'm going to go this way because it takes up less room. We're going to put this way. And then we want to tape this down. If you're super steady-handed and you're like, I can get through the whole thing and not move it, then, I mean, Shazam. That's awesome. I will never be in that. I'll never be riding that way. All right, here we go. A little bit more acorn. I don't want this to be too dark. And white picks up color so nicely. I'm going nice and light because I'm very heavy-handed. I tend to get heavier as I go. You know, press down a little too hard and then get those deep kind of like brush marks almost because I went too heavy. You can always add, but taking away. Now I am going to go a little darker in some of these areas now. A little more pressure. You can kind of see it coming in. Go really dark right there and really dark right here. Just so we get some gradient of color. And you might notice this little piece that I have down here. This is on the back of the giraffe. I already did my giraffe layout. I had a lot of fun with that. It's already here on the YouTube channel, so you can go back and take a look at that. And since I'm doing so many projects with this, I may create a separate playlist for a day at the zoo playlist. All right, so this is my inspiration right here for my color variation on my cheetah. All right. Now, if I don't want to dirty my brush and I'm going to use black and I'm blending it anyway, I will often just grab and use the same brush. But if you want a clean brush, you can use a clean brush. It's up to you. If you're going to keep doing a lot of brown things, you might want to go with a clean brush. Now, I know I'm going to be doing multiple brown projects, so I'm going to take this gold washi tape that I have right here, and I'm going to wrap it around this. Just for a few days so I know that this is my brown one. All right, the black one's going to be pretty easy to find. All right, a little bit of black. All right, a little scrap paper just to do a little rub off there, get some worked in. Okay. All right, now if you're really having fun doing this stencil, you're going to love doing it again and again and again. That's the thing. It's that it never gets old. All right, I'm just going to go around very lightly because it's going over all of the brown as well, you know, because you're just swirling it. So it's not like it's just hitting the outside. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of play a little bit, just going around certain spots. And I don't need it to look like, it's never going to look like this, right? I mean, it could, but that would be a lot of work. The masking alone would drive you crazy. But I just wanted to add some darker color in there, and I thought the black would be a nice choice. Black comes up a lot lighter than you think sometimes. We'll pull this off. I love it. Okay, there it is. Look at our cute little cheetah. See? A little bit of black. You can see there's like some browns and blacks in there. I love it. All right, we're going to put this aside. Let's grab one of our rags and just wipe this up really quickly. There we go. All set. So much fun. I love stencils, and now that there's such a larger variety of them, I know that I get to have a lot more fun. All right, a few more things that I grabbed. I just grabbed some green bling that I'm trying to use up out of my stash, hoping I will allow myself to use this, but I don't know. I did want to share a little something with you, and that's if you're looking to scrapbook with this when we get to some more of the scrapbooking, a great way to take a paper pack that you want to work with. I've heard so many people say, well, I haven't been to the zoo. A great way to take a paper pack that you want to work with because you like to it, but maybe, you know, you like to work with, but you haven't been to the zoo or anything. Just give your page a really good title. So I wanted to share a couple with you that I came up with. You could do It's a Zoo Around Here. This brings out the animal in me. I feel like that should be a burger for me. Lion at heart, monkeying around, and paws for fun, as in paws, P-A-W-S. That's just a few, but if you have some you'd like to add, please put it in the comments for everybody. All right, I have this case that I'm now traveling with. The acrylic bits are all things that I want to use up. I am really working on using up stuff from my stash and trying not to replace. Use up, buy less, use it all, not replace. That is really my goal, is to do more with less. All right, we're going to grab our cheetah, And these came from the die cut sheets that were in your zoo bundle. So great. This is what I did. I cut these little sentiments off, and then I cut these ones here. I did a couple of cheetahs, the leaves, that type of thing. But remember, you also have those amazing Stampin' Thing cuts. So you can make all the things that you want with all those Stampin' Thing cuts. You even get all the little bits in the Stampin' Thing cuts and everything. These are so good. I love them all. They were just, this is such a great kit. All right, well, I'm going to grab some jade. This here is the other side of glimmer paper, right? Glimmer paper is gorgeous. I am using the other side, but if I wanted to, I could flip it over. See? It's very pretty. I might have to flip it over now that I've seen it. Oh gosh, I am. I'm going to flip it over. You know I am. All right. If I'm going to flip it over, I don't need to ink the edge. That's the problem with it. It's so good. As soon as you see it. All right. Oh, wait, this is the one I'm not using. That one might just be done. Then I get to throw it away. I think we're at a really good place with the group and everyone who's been crafting. We're all looking to use stuff up. These are all those free runners that I have to use up, and they're in my spot where I'm destashing. So I chose a specific spot to put all of that. I think what I'm going to do is trace this with black marker. It's just a preference for me, just to make it stand out a little bit more. There we go. I'm going to let that sit for just a second and get out some of this bling. All right, and I'm also going to pick through here, and you know, I'm not going to find perfect matches, but I might find something. But I thought these birthday cards would be a great spot that I could use up some of these hearts or even these little word bubbles that kind of point to the sentiment. And the sentiment that I'm going to use is "It's your day, go wild" for this card. Okay, that green with the green. I like that. So I think I'm going to go with maybe a little yellow heart to bring out that yellow. You could also just use, you know, they have like little hearts, but if you bought these and you're ready to use them up, let's get them out and incorporate them into some of these projects we have coming up. That's what I do. I just, yeah, have it in front of me. I'm more likely to use it. All right. This card sketch is so great. All right, let me share the tidbits on this. When you're looking at a card sketch and how you want to decide what to do, one of the things that I like to focus on for my easiest remixing is what I call a front panel piece. So this one here has a front panel piece, this white piece right here. That's the one that I've only cut down 1/4 of an inch more, and that's just so I could see more animals around it, right? So I notice here I have it marked white. That's so that I know that the piece that I'm looking to cover is that 4x3 piece. Whereas a card like this one, this does not have a front panel piece. To me, this one takes a little bit more kind of planning for, because I have to decide what's going to lay out here, what's going to look good here. Am I going to like it? That's shifted up. Whereas if you're just starting to remix, anything that has like this little panel piece in the front, the background is gorgeous, but what you're looking at really decorating is what's up front right there. All right, I hope that makes sense. All right, let's grab this and put this in. And, oh, I forgot to get my cheetah out. I was like, where's my cheetah? We are going with the cheetah. I think the cheetah's going to look really cute on here. Oh, yeah. It's going to be super cute. Oh, another thing you could do is look at this. Take the card, not this one because our paper, the orientation of your paper is important, but look. You could have that stripe just going down, and look at this. You have another card. I might actually like the layout on this one better, so I may have to remake that. All right, maybe I'll use some different papers and all. Okay, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to put this on with foam tape. I'm going to get ready to use a lot of foam tape. Let me cut some foam tape off of my roll. Okay. Just laying out some pieces. This is a piece of just stick-free stuff that I have been enjoying using lately. It was part of my de-stash for all my foam tape and everything. I am trying to really consolidate my products. I want less. Don't send me hate, but I want to be surrounded by less raw product and more done projects. And so I'm really crafting with purpose this year. All right, I'm going to now cut some of this just so I can get a little piece on the tail. Here we go. But I find even if I buy the pre-done, like the ones that are in little squares, I like those too. But I find that they are more expensive. And then the other issue with them is I still have to cut them in half. So often I'm still cutting my pieces down because I really do like foam tape. So this is a good thing. No foam tape for this guy. All right. Foam tape for this though. I can use some of these up right here. Yes, it's a different roll. I just realized that the roll that I had used more of is on the bottom. Yes, I like foam tape. All right, here we go. Yes, I use a lot of foam tape, right? All right, here we go. I don't like, especially my scrapbooks, I do not like the idea that weight is going to like cave it in. So I do use a lot of foam tape. I am better than I used to be. Mostly because I'm trying to craft faster. All right, now we're going to put this right in the center, but if you wanted to, you don't have to put it directly in the center. You could move it over here to the right. You could move it over here to the left. You could turn this. Now that I've cut this down, you could even turn it, and I could change the panel of my card here and put the little cheetah on it here, and then put this sentiment right here. And we look at this. That's a whole nother sketch, all right? But we're not going to do that this time, but maybe I'll be back to share that remix with you. All right, here we go. Got those cute little animals around it, and it's down. These are so great, but if you love to color, stamp a bunch out and color them and have them waiting. I have talked about with these photo play thin cuts, the one thing that I do differently now, instead of thin cutting first and then stamping, I do stamp first and then I thin cut, but I try not to color. Just in case if I really am off on my thin cut. There is less of a white border around the edge on these, and it's a very nice clean look. All right, here we go. He is super cute, or she is. There we go. All right, now this here, I can see I'm going to need a little bump piece when you double up your foam tape, because the one piece is on foam tape, the green part is on foam tape, and now this is on foam tape. Hopefully I was on camera for that. So I just took a teeny tiny piece and I stuck it under, and now you can see that the tail is a little more level. All right, it's your day, go wild. Perfect. Super cute, super cute. All right, and I have some bling that I'm trying to use up, and yes, I have these hearts and I have all of that, but I'm also really trying to use up these acrylic bits. And if I try to say I'm going to try to put one of these acrylic bits on every project that I have, or at least try to incorporate them or the little hearts in, I do try to do that, because then they're going to the swap box or they're going to my trash, depending on where they go. So this little heart is going right above it to kind of say, like, this is what I'm thinking. See that little heart right there? All right, and then I'm going to maybe give myself these lime ones. Let's take a look. I say it every time that I'm going to give myself the lime, and then it's too light for me. I'm probably going to cut those off and move those into something else. All right, I think I'm going to go with the medium green that's in this pack. And I have two on, and then I have one off that's like half hidden because it's kind of big. It's a little more than half. Let me move it out a little bit more. There we go. So I have those right there, and I have this little guy right over here. That's going to do it for me. That is going to be our first card in this series. Now, one of the things that you will notice is you're going to have papers left over so you can make more than one of these cards. And when we get to the box, which is, if it's not the next video, it's the one after that, you're going to see that the best idea for your box is to slice off one of your cards and just put it on the front of your box. So you might want to kind of keep that in mind of whether your box is going to go this way or your box is going to go this way, on which one of those you would like to do. But I find that that's the easiest way. I'm going to teach a band as well, like a little band. But I've always liked, if I have the extra, to do the cards, just slicing that off. And I'll be sharing that box and the file and all good things in our next, or in our upcoming videos with this. Thank you guys for letting me craft a little bit with you today. I hope you are going to dive all in and get your animal on, right? There's another title, Getting My Animal On, or Getting Our Animal On. And craft along with me with this zoo collection. I'm planning on having a lot of fun, doing a lot of remixing, and coming up with these great birthday cards. They're all birthday cards for this. So beginning of the year, getting some nice birthday cards done. If you could, give me a shout out and say hi and tell me what you'd like to see. I love sharing my crafty journey, but I also like getting fun projects in with everyone else, and I would love to hear from you. Hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. All these things help me out here in the YouTube community, and you can also share this video to your social media pages, and I thank you for that. I hope you guys have a great day and you are having some fun crafting with this collection as well. All right, everybody, bye-bye.